Welcome, Sheila. It
Thank
is
you.
such a pleasure and honor to have you here with us today as a top 25 leading woman brand builder.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to start from the beginning.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about who you are and a little of your backstory.
So I'd love to. I am a semi-retired therapist. 15 years ago, I pulled away from my practice, and it really dawned on me that most women don't need therapy. What they need is rest. They need rejuvenation, reconnection to themselves and other women. And so the rest is history. You know, from then I've been hosting transformational retreats, talking to audiences about self-care, wellness, staying lifted, empowerment. So that's a little bit of the backdrop.
Well, it's a impactful story because your message resonates with me especially, and I know some of the titles and some of the descriptions of your recent books you shared. This
Yes.
one, They're Not Coming. So tell me, what was the inspiration behind this book?
So the inspiration behind this book, I had so many women talking to me about how the world has changed. They're feeling depleted, empty, I don't know what's going on. And in this book, I coined the phrase casual cruelty. This book is about the prolific rise of casual cruelty and what you can do day to day to cope, to adapt, to adjust. So it's a spiritual book. I touch on evolution. I touch on the power of relationships and what you can do when they kind of go south to keep yourself whole and together. So it's an interesting read.
I can't wait to read it in full.
Thank you.
I want to bring up one other book because I think that this is such a reminder and it keeps you grounded. So how does joy show up for you?
Joy shows up for me with my work, with my Sophie, and the inspiration for this book was, again, so many women and men that I met, you know, falling into depression, anxiety. Things can happen in life. It's not always this joyous bowl of cherries. And this book is about a one-step process. Just get your clothes on and go and show up. You have to show up for good things to happen. So it's just funny stories. Again, an interesting read, one-step process.
All right. Well, I have my summer reading from me.
Thank you.
I want to talk about positioning yourself as an
Okay.
authority because you've been very successful with that. So tell us, what are some things that you believe are important around that theme?
I think when you say the word authority, and it's a crowded field, there's so many people out here, they're holding their hand up. I'm the expert, I'm the authority, but a true authority has earned that, has earned that trust, has prepared for that. So I think positioning yourself as an authority is important, but what's more important is having positioned yourself along the way to earn that title.
Absolutely, right? And there's so many different vehicles that could become overwhelming.
Yes.
All right, so we have two more questions. One is, if you could sit down with any marketing guru, or it doesn't have to be one, I won't
Okay.
limit you,
Okay.
who would that be?
You know, it's not going to be a name that most people know. I would pick my grandfather, and he's passed on. His name was Thomas. Only made it to the 3rd grade, but he was a marketing guru, and he didn't know that. He actually opened one of the first original chicken and waffle shops in the South. It was very successful. People came from miles and miles around, and it was built on the food was good, but it was his personality. He understood relationships, and
Right.
he would always tell us the best time to build a relationship is when you don't need to. Build your relationships, build those foundations, and they're always going to be there for you.
Isn't that beautiful
yeah.
advice?
It was. It served me very well.
Aw, I love that. Okay, so our last question, being the theme is our being the change, is the theme for the recognition event. So how do you see yourself being the change in your life?
I see myself as the voice reminding the world, you know, revolutionizing how we think about mental health, how we think about accessing those wellness services. I see myself as the person continuing to change how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about self-care, what it means to stay lifted, what it means to really engage your community from the inside out. And my work is that change, and my hope is that it will continue to grow.
Right. I can't tell you how important I think your work is, and how elevating that vibrational tone within human beings has to start changing, because I understand this self-sabotage that especially women put themselves under. I mean, some of the most successful women come through this platform, and they are the worst critics of themselves. And so that has to change, and I'm glad that it's in your hands to help us do that. And once again, I'm so honored to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we will see you on September 22nd.
Yes,
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.